Good afternoon, USFFL. This is your commissioner coming right back at you. Second broadcast of the day. The last broadcast of week 15 was this morning. Now we've got the first broadcast of week 16 as we have a quick launch of our first game, and it's a good one. NFC contenders for a wild card spot. Could be an elimination game for both teams. I know it's an elimination game for the Dallas Cowboys, who are 7-7 and at home. They have to win out to have any chance at a playoff spot, so it's a must-win game for the Dallas Cowboys. For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are 8-6. Haven't had a chance to dig quite into those tiebreakers, but I think it might be. It's very close to a must-win game for them as well if they want a wild card. So we've got a big game for you coming up from Dallas. From the Big D, we've got a couple of NFC contenders, and let's see who walks away with victorious today. All right, everybody, welcome back. Let's get me off the screen. Let's pull that game number. That's not where you'd find it. Right there. I just happen to have nothing going on this weekend, so let's just keep calling football games. Anybody else want to play? Why am I not seeing a game pop up? Did we already have a restart? Doesn't look like it. We can try one more time here. There it is, new game number. I kind of wondered. All right, we are looking live now in Dallas. One play into the game. Looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the opening possession. They are 1st and 10 at their own 37. So after the kick return, they'll begin right there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coached by Vince Trivelpiece. He's one of our Hall of Fame coaches with 3 prior Super Bowl trophies won. The Cowboys are coached by Bruce Mogg. There's a screen to the right side and incomplete. Baker Mayfield flirted with an interception in his right column. Good call there from Coach Bruce Mogg, and it's 2nd and 10. Yeah, looks like the volume's working, so we look like we have a good broadcast up and running. This is definitely an elimination game for Bruce Mogg and the Dallas Cowboys. And really important as well for the Bucs. Back to pass, short, and it's caught. Chris Godwin's got it. And he gets enough for a first down. 10 yards, move the sticks. Bucs now out to their 47. Tampa comes out in a 2 tight end set. Dallas operating out of a base 4-3. We've got an inside handoff. Bucky Irving, defense called run. And Bucky on his right column gets nothing. Another good call from defensive coach Mogg. Saves 5 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. We'll get into looking at the standings and more as we go along today. Here's an inside run draw this time, and 5 yards. Bucky Irving got that in his right column. And it's 3rd down and 5. Just across midfield at the Dallas 48-yard line. Bucks coach brings out 3 wide receivers. Here's a quick out, flat pass to the tight end, caught in. Tight end, he is double teamed. Caught nonetheless, and big yardage, gain of 16 on the play. That was a flat pass to Cade Otton. He was doubled by the linebacker. That does not put an extra man in the zone. You need the safety for that. Went to the defensive card, 6 on the white die. And you end up with plus 16. Bucks now, new set of downs at the 32-yard line. And they'll once again come out with 3 wide receivers in the set. Bucky Irving, the lone tailback, Dallas in a nickel. And another inside handoff. Draw, Bucky Irving. And he's got 5 yards. 4 on the white die was good enough to beat that defensive right tackle, Digizua. So 2nd down and 5. Now at the Dallas 27, here's a screen. This goes to Bucky Irving. He's got the catch, breaks the tackle, and he's got 1st down yardage. Right at the sticks. Got 5 yards. So 1st and 10 now at the Dallas 22. Off tackle, Rashad White now in the game, and he gets 5 yards. So the Bucks marching down with little chunks right now. Opening possession of the game. They have 3 first downs so far. This will be the 9th play of the drive. 3 wide receivers split out. Another inside run, Bucky Irving. Defense looking pass. Irving. White die takes us to his wrong column, and Bucky has a 1st down run. 8 yards down inside the 10, but he fumbles it. It is loose on the ground just inside the 10-yard line. Let's see who's got it. And it is recovered by the offense. So the Bucks, scary moment there, but they retain possession. 1st and goal now at the 9. Rashad White, the tailback, in a 2 tight end set. Here's an off tackle to him, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there, Chauncey Golston. 2nd and goal at the 9. The Bucks split out 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Mayfield's in the shotgun. So strongly signaling a pass here. Nickel by the Cowboys. Safety is up close. He's showing blitz. Here's an inside handoff. Rashad White, and he plows ahead for 5. And that's going to set up 3rd and goal for Tampa at the Dallas 4-yard line. Excuse me. Nickel blitz from the defense. And it's an off-tackle run. Rashad White, right side, breaks through, touchdown, Buccaneers. Opening drive, touchdown, 3rd and goal at the 4. Rashad White goes to the defensive card, and even with a linebacker in zone, he's able to bust off 6 yards. That's a 4-yard touchdown run, extra point. Chase McLaughlin is up and good. And Tampa takes the opening possession all the way. 12 plays, 63 yards, 5 first downs, and a 4-yard touchdown run for Rachaad White. Dallas now with their first possession of the game. It'll begin at their own 30 after a touchback. Looking across at the Tampa defense. Tampa defense is rated excellent against the runs and rated very poor against the pass. Short pass especially. A good place to target. 2 tight end set here for Dallas. A lot of injuries in this game, so we're going to look at that. Dak Prescott among them. Trey Lance is the quarterback here for Dallas. That doesn't bode well in an elimination game. Just realized that, and Bruce Moggs really going to have his handful. He's down 7-0, and Trey Lance is your QB. For those of you watching visually, I'll pull his card up in a second. We'll check it quite quickly, though. Deep ball, but he's going to be forced to scramble. Must run, and Trey Lance, good wheels. Gets 6, 2nd down and 4. Long pass right. Trey Lance does have a couple of long gains. They're down on 10 and 12. Interesting looking card. 2nd and 4. Right back to a 2 tight end set. Back to pass, looking short, and it's caught. Tight end Jake Ferguson for a first down. Dallas, a new set of downs out to the 47. So Trey Lance completes his first attempt of the game. Looking at his card, I mean, it's not terrible, especially if you count the must runs that he has. Well, then again, his must run maxes out at 11 yards. Not the biggest weapon. But he's better than I thought. Here's a pitch out to Rico Dowdle. And he's keyed on a man in zone, and there's a 4-yard loss. Great call there by defensive coach Vince Trevelpiece. Hall of Fame coach called run and put a linebacker in the correct end run slot. And that produced a 4-yard loss. Vince Trevelpiece, speaking of his defense, coming off a well-coached defensive game, subbing for the Browns a couple of nights ago in a surprising 16-15 upset over the Kansas City Chiefs. 2nd and 14. Here's a button hook over the middle. Linebacker's home. We're going to the tailback, Rico Dowdle. On the defensive card, Dowdle has the catch, beats for the linebacker, and that's big yardage and a first down for Dowdle. 2nd and 14. He gets 16 and moves the sticks. Trey Lance is 2 of 2. Buccaneers don't have a lot of pass rush. Dallas, 1st and 10 at the Tampa 41 now. Back to pass, looking short, and here comes the pressure, and sack. Brought down by Logan Hall. Defensive right end with a pass rush rating of 6 got through. And it's 2nd down and 19 after a 9-yard loss. Back at the midfield stripe on the 50. Here's a screen to Rico Dowdle, and that's going to be incomplete. Roll the interception split roll for Trey Lance. That falls on a 5, but 2 through 3 is the 2 through 3 and 12. I'm sorry, are the only interceptions, so he avoids it. 3rd and 19, Dallas from the 50. Aubrey's field goal range goes all the way to the 48. So on 3rd and 19, you're only 2 yards away. And Vince has shown a deep 3-2-6 dime, so he'll give you the run, and Dallas will take it. Here's a pitch out. This goes to Rico Dowdle, and he's going to get around the edge. Good run. 15 yards down to the 35-yard line. Got a split roll opportunity 2 through 4 and nailed it. 4th and 4, however, from the 35. It's going to be a 52-yard field goal attempt by Brandon Aubrey, and his leg is money usually 2 through 9, and he drills it. 2 through 9 all the way out to a 48-yard line is good odds. He hit that field goal, and it makes it 7-3. So both teams score on their opening possession. Looks like the kickoff after the field goal by Dallas failed to land in the landing zone, and the Bucs will begin at their own 40. Second drive of the game, like I said, for Tampa. They'll come out with 3 wide receivers. 1 halfback. It's Irving. And that's going to drop Dallas into the nickel. Back to pass, Mayfield. Scans the field, looks deep. Dialing it up to Mike Evans, and that pass is incomplete. Mayfield couldn't find a reading on his right column, 2nd and 10. We mentioned Buccaneers coach Vince Trevelpiece is in our USFFL Hall of Fame for coaches. 3 Super Bowl championships will get you there, and back in the years 2000-ish, he won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years with the Baltimore Ravens. 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers again. It's an inside run draw to Bucky Irving, and snap fumble. It's on the ground. Never got it to the running back. It's loose. Let's see who recovers it this time, and it is recovered by the Bucs, but a big loss on the play. And it is 3rd and 19 now for the Buccaneers from their 31. Second fumble in the first quarter for the Buccaneers. Fortunate for them, they've recovered them both. They still lead 7-3. And on 3rd and 19, we've got a full spread formation here for Baker Mayfield. 4 wide receivers on the field. Out of the shotgun, inside run draw. Handoff we go to Bucky Irving, and he's going to get 6 yards. There's an offsides call against Dallas, 5 yards. So, yeah, wipe away the 6-yard run that comes with a 4th down. Take the 5 yards. It's a 3rd and 14 now for the Bucs. Still a full spread formation. Palmer and Goodwin to the right. McMillan and Evans to the left. Jay Palmer has the highest per catch average among that quartet. 3-2-6 deep dime here from Dallas. Back to pass. Mayfield scans the field, looking short. Targeting Mike Evans. Mayfield forced to scramble instead. Round the right side, but tackled pretty quickly by Jordan Lewis. And that's going to make it 4th and 12. Tampa's going to have to punt. Trenton Gill out for the punt. Good dice. 52-yard boot. That'll carry all the way back to the 10-yard line. Cavante Turpin with a fair catch right there. Turpin has a touchdown on Snake Eyes, so you got to keep an eye out for that. Dallas will take over now at their own 10-yard line. 1st and 10. Coming out in a 2 tight end set. Rico Dowdle, your tailback. Buck sitting the nickel. Rico Dowdle carded last year at 235 carries. Here's a 1st down pass. Lance looking over the middle, little button hook. This is a yak opportunity for Rico Dowdle. And Rico is going to make the catch, but get just a yard only. Rico Dowdle has B-rated yak. Carded for 39 catches. And has a dot. Can go all the distance. So not a bad receiving weapon either. Is Rico Dowdle. He's backed up by Zeke Elliott with his 74 carries. 2nd and 9 from the 11. Here's a screen. Goes to the right side. Linebacker stayed home for Tampa. And it's going to be caught by Rico Dowdle. This one's good for 5. So back-to-back flat passes to the tailback. And Dallas looks at a 3rd and 4. From their 16-yard line. 2 tight end set. Bucs will sit in a 3-4, so they'll keep an eye on that flat range. We haven't seen CeeDee Lamb yet. He is rated B for yak. Back to pass. Defense looks run, and it's a deep ball. This is going to Jalen Tolbert. He's got the catch. And he is brought down just shy of the 50-yard line. Trey Lance for 31 yards. Caught by Jalen Tolbert in Dallas. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Trey Lance looking good so far. 5 of 6, 64 yards. Third first down for Dallas. Back to pass again, Lance. Scans the field, looks short. And he is flush. Too much pressure. And he's going to dump it off now. In the flat, this goes to the tailback, Rico Dowdle. He's got the catch over the middle. And he's got first down yardage. Gain of 10 on the play. So Cowboys now from Tampa territory and already in field goal range, obviously, for Brandon Aubrey. Back to pass, Lance. Looks short, going to Ferguson. Tight end's got it. And another gain of 15 on the play as he beats the defender, Xer 15, with a 6 on the white die. Yaya Diaby couldn't make the stop. 1st and 10 now at the 28 as we reach the end of the first quarter in Dallas. Bucks are on top, 7-3, but Dallas is driving. Lance back to pass again. Scans the field, looks short. This is caught. Jake Ferguson again, and it's a first down. There is a penalty. It's against the defense, and it'll be declined. So move the sticks. Trey Lance already, after just one play into the second quarter, 8 of 9, 100 yards passing. On short pass right, he has just 2 completions. They are on snake eyes and double sixes. He got the snake eyes. So call Lance red hot so far. From inside the red zone now, 2 tight end set. Tampa safety up close. He's showing blitz. That's Antoine Winfield. Bucks out of a 3-4. Here comes a flat pass, left side. Here we go to CeeDee Lamb. Linebacker is not home. Receiver card, and Lamb's going to get just 3. CeeDee Lamb looks better with the B-rated yak than he does on his flat pass right column. It's not too bad, but plenty of receptions, but none of the big yards. 2nd and 7 at the 14. Dowdle is out. Zeke Elliott is in at tailback. 2 tight end set. Zeke carded at a 3.1 per carry average. Best up the middle rather than around the end. Here's a line buck to him, and he gets just a couple. 2-yard carry it for Elliott. 2-yard carry it for Elliott. That's when your mind's getting ahead of you a little bit. That's what amateur broadcasters do anyway. So we've got a 3rd and 5 here for Dallas. Big one at the Tampa 12. 2 tight end set. Bucks are going to set up in a nickel. Even in a 4-man short pass zone, they are vulnerable. So I wouldn't be surprised on 3rd and 12 if that's what we get. Back to pass. Lance looks short, and he's going for span forward and incomplete. Got it to the defensive card like Lance wanted, but it was an interception split roll. Low odds, misses it. And it's 4th and 5 at the 12, and we presume Dallas is going to march out Brandon Aubrey. And from the 12, it's 2 through 11. Slight variable risk could drop it to 2 to 9 and 12. He's better from deep. Here's the kick, and it's up and through. 2nd field goal of the game for Brandon Aubrey, and the Bucks still lead, but they're now cut down to a 1-point advantage. Bucks 7, Cowboys 6. And after a touchback, the Buccaneers will begin again from their own 30-yard line. Coach Triple-Piece comes out in a 2 tight end set. And the drive starter is an inside handoff. Bucky Irvin goes to his card and plows forward for 6 yards in his wrong column. 2nd and 4. Two tight ends still out there for the visitors. Short yardage defense, inside run handoff. Bucky on his card gets just one. Bucky Irving, as I'm looking at it, has an exceptional card on linebacker right. Well, he is good up the middle. +2, +7, +1, +4, 3, 5, 6, and 8. A lot of plus readings there. That one was just a +1. So it's 3rd and 3 now. Irving goes to the sidelines. The tailback is going to be Rashad White. Rashad White. He's also behind a 2 tight end set. Back to pass. Looking deep to Chris Godwin. Doubled by the safety. Great call by Coach Mogg, and it's incomplete. Coach Bruce Mogg gets the incompletion. Receiver was the result, and with a safety double team, there's nothing there. There is an injury on the play. 4th and 3 from their own 37. The Bucs are going to have to punt. The injury was to Trayvon Diggs. He's a right cornerback 5. 48-yard punt from the Buccaneers. Carries all the way back to the 15. Return opportunity, Kevontae Turpin, and he's up ahead for 12 yards. On the defensive special team card, Dallas will begin at their own 27. That injury to Trayvon Diggs, he will be available next week. First down play, back to pass, Lance. Little pressure, forced to scramble with it. Around the left side, he's going to get just 3 yards. And it's 2nd and 7. Dallas still trails by 1. 2 tight end set. Dowdle the tailback. For those watching the broadcast rather than listening, you can see the list of injuries here. Too numerous to mention. Levante David's a great linebacker for the Bucs. Sean Tucker, a pretty good backup running back. Dak Prescott, obviously a big injury. Lance back to pass, looks short and missed it. Incomplete to the tight end, Jake Ferguson, sorry. And it's 3rd down and 7 for Dallas. Three wide receivers, 1 halfback for Dallas. Nickel here from the Bucs. Dallas 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. Back to pass. Mayfield looking deep, and once again, double team receiver going back as the safety to double on Jalen Tolbert. Let's see if he gets rid of the ball. He does not. He decides instead to dump it off. We're in the flat now to Kevontae Turpin, and Turpin's got the catch and just enough for the first down. Kevontae got it to the 0-man column, and even though he got the +7, that was all he needed. 3rd and 7, he converts. It's a new set of downs for the Dallas offense. Lance now 10 of 13 in the game. 2 tight end set. Lance back to pass. Looks short. That's caught. Brevin Spanford. Tight end for 10 yards on that play. Like I say, Trey Lance may not be carded as a great quarterback, but you can do a lot of work on that Tampa Bay pass card defensively. They're very poor. 1st and 10, button hook over the middle. This goes to Rico Dowdle. He's got the catch and 6 yards. Brought down by KJ Britt. 5th catch of the game for Dowdle. Got that on his receiver right column. It's 2nd and 4. Now in a 2 tight end set, Zeke Elliott is in at tailback. Bucs set up in a 3-4 defense. Here's the inside handoff. Zeke Elliott gets it on his wrong column, but just a yard. And it's 3rd and 3. Definitely one of his poorer opportunities. Back to Dowdle at tailback. 3rd down and 3 in Tampa territory at the 46. Pro set formation. That brings in Hunter Lepke, fullback. He's got a B-rated yak. And here's a quick end to him. Empty zone. Good call there by the Dallas coach, Bruce Mogg. This goes to the defensive card. It's a catch. Lepke's got it. 1st down yardage at the 36 of Tampa. Pickup of 10. That on the defensive card, 0-man column. 6 on the white die. Fullback goes out. With Zeke Elliott remains the tailback in a 2 tight end set. 7:30 to go, second quarter. Halfway through the second quarter, Bucs still up by 1, 7-6. Flat pass right side. This goes to C.D. Lamb. Lamb's got a B-rated yak. Goes to the defensive card, and C.D.'s got the catch. Beats the linebacker in zone. And that's good for 15 yards all the way down to the 21-yard line. 5 on the white die. Good enough to beat Joe Tryon Shoyinka. First down play here is a look-in pass. 2 men in zone, and it's caught nonetheless by Rico Dowdle. Gains 5. And Trey Lance, still looking great. 15 of 18 for 156. 2 tight ends for him here. Still Zeke Elliott, the tailback. On 2nd and 5, the Bucs drop into a nickel. Here's a flat pass left side. 2 men in zone and incomplete. Great call there by the defensive coach, Vince Tropiece, as he doubled up 1 flat. And it happened to be the flat that Lance was looking at there. So 3rd down and 5. A good call defensively gives the Bucs defense an opportunity to get off the field. 3rd and 5 at the 16. 2 tight end set. Rico Dowdle back in the game at tailback. Bucs will set up in a nickel. Here's a pitch out into a pass defense. Rico Dowdle going to try to get it on his card right side, and he gets 3 yards. His reading was actually enough for a first down, but there was good containment there by Dallas. So 4th and 2 at the 13-yard line. That's going to bring out Brandon Aubrey. They'll take the 2 through 9 and 12. It's a 30-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and it is good. And it is only good because of the variable plus. The 11 was rolled. That would have been a miss if not for the variable. But 3rd field goal of the first half. And that puts the Dallas Cowboys on top for the first time in this game, 9-7. 5 minutes, 6 seconds remain before halftime. On the ensuing kickoff, Tampa is flagged for an illegal block. And so that'll kill their starting position. They begin at the 14-yard line. Trailing for the first time in this game now, Baker Mayfield, 2 tight end set, inside handoff. It's a draw. Defense called run, so that goes to the key column, and Bucky Irving is going to lose a couple. Tackle on the play by Eric Kendricks. 2nd down and 12. Irving on the day, 7 rushes, just 23 yards on the ground. Here's another inside run draw to Rachaad White this time. And this time it's 0 yards. Personal foul against the defense, though, is going to bail out the Bucs' struggling run game. So that penalty yardage will get the Bucs out to the 27. 3 wide receivers now on the field. Cowboys in a nickel. Back to pass. Baker looking short. Goes to Mike Evans, but no. Forced to run with it. And he scrambles nicely. And Baker, good wheels. First down. Picks up 11 yards. Baker, surprising to some maybe, including myself, much more fleet of foot in that must-run column than Trey Lance. And he picked up that first down. Tampa now from their 38-yard line. Still 3 wide receivers. Rachaad White's going to be the tailback for this one. Back to pass. Mayfield looks short. Scans the field. Looking for his tight end. We go to the defensive card. It is incomplete. Dallas defense makes a big stop there. It's 2nd and 10. Dallas defense rated average against passes and average to poor against the run. Bucs 2nd and 10 now. 3 wide receivers still in. Mayfield out of the shotgun, staring at a nickel. Inside handoff. Bucky Irving. It's a draw again. Bucky looking for his card. But we never get there. Snap fumble. It's on the ground again. Third fumble of the first half for the Buccaneers. And let's see who gets this one. And the Bucs recover. Boy, 3 first-half fumbles for Tampa, and they've recovered them all. Big loss of yardage on the play, nonetheless. 2 of those 3 fumbles came with that, and it is 3rd and 17 for the Buccaneers from their 31. That's going to bring out the full spread formation. 4 wide receivers for Tampa. Tailback is Rachaad White. He's got a 5 pass block rating. That could be part of it. You got Micah Parsons across the left tackle there. And on 3rd and 17, inside run again. Draw to Rachaad White. So Bucs coach Triple-Piece playing it conservative here in a 9-7 game. Need 17. Here comes the inside run draw on wrong. Goes to the offensive card. That's what you want. But it's just a 5-yard gain. And now Rachaad White fumbles it up. He's coughed it up, and it's on the ground. Can they recover it again? No, it is picked up by Dallas. Wait a second. Neutral zone infraction. Oh, my word. Dallas lined up off sides. 4th fumble of the first half. It's finally recovered by the Dallas defense. And a defensive penalty wipes it away. And that 3rd and 17 is now 3rd and 12. Much more manageable for Baker Mayfield. Shotgun formation for him. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Dallas is up on Tampa 9-7. Cowboys D out of the nickel. Back to pass, Baker. Looking short. Gets rid of it. He's going to Ryan Miller, and it's caught. Good yardage for Ryan Miller, and he is first down compliant. Out to the 50-yard line on that one. Needed 12. Got 14. Almost halftime. Baker Mayfield is just 4 of 8. 45 yards passing. $12 run calls, 8 passes for the Bucs so far, it looks like. 1st and 10 at the 50. Here's an inside run draw, Rachaad White, and he's got good yardage. First down across the 40 down to the 35. Pick up a 15 on the play. And that was a draw call against the pass defense, and there were a couple of boxes there. And I believe that draw is what sprang that. So now from the Dallas 35-yard line, 3 wide receivers. Inside run draw, handoff to Bucky, and this time nothing doing. Bucky got it to his own car, but in a 3 wide receiver set was betrayed by a 1 on the white die, 2nd and 10. Clock keeps running. 1:37 to go before halftime. Both teams all 3 timeouts. Bucs at a 2nd and 10. At the Dallas 35, 3 wide receivers. Here's a screen left side. 1 linebacker in zone. This is going to Bucky Irvin. He's got the catch, but just 4 yards. Brought down before he gets out of bounds by Marist Liafau. So 3rd and 6. Let's see what they do about the clock. And Tampa will burn their first time out. That stops the clock with 90 seconds left before halftime. Minute 30. Bucs facing a 3rd and 6. They're at the Dallas 31-yard line. Bucs so far in the day, 3 of 5 on 3rd downs. From the 31 right here, it's a 2 through 10 field goal range. Very little variable risk. Inside run draw on 3rd and 6. To the defensive card we go, and beats the tackle, but gets 5 and needed 6. So 4th and 1. At the 26-yard line. So, Bucs, do you want a 2 through 10 field goal to take the lead? Or do you want to go for it 4th and 1? Right now, we're waiting on their decision about the clock. They take a timeout. So, Coach Triple-Piece stops the clock. 1:22 to go in the half. 1 timeout left. 4th and 1 at the 26. Is he going to take the 2 through 10? If he does, I'm not sure why he would take the timeout, which he did, and indeed he's going for it. So 4th and 1. Bucks trail by 2 points. They're at the Dallas 26. They're foregoing the field goal attempt. Full house set. Dallas in a 4-3. Defensive front reads 0406. Micah at defensive end. So there's some places to attack. Here's a sneak to Mayfield. Defense in short yardage. To the defensive card we go. And there's a penalty. And it is going to back up the offense 5 yards. It's 4th and 6 now at the 31. And now they will go for the field goal. 2 through 10, unless variable kicks in. 2 through 10 it is. And McLaughlin drills it. 48-yard field goal that puts Tampa in front 10-9 with 1:15 to go before halftime. Vince is looking to squib kick. He doesn't see a choice. That's interesting. I thought that used to be there. Bruce says it's not available. Oh, yeah, I think that's right, because now that the kickoff and the landing zone, squib kick is kind of a thing of the past. Here's a kickoff. Nice return from the 5-yard line by Turpin out to the 37. Turpin's a great returner. It tells you why he didn't want to kick it away to him. Turpin has a touchdown as well on Snake Eyes, whether it's punt or kick. The Dallas gets the ball back now. They're down by 1. Tampa's up 10-9. 1 minute, 7 seconds left on the first half clock. Dallas has all 3 timeouts. And, of course, the ultimate kicking weapon, Brandon Aubrey, whose field goal range begins at the 48-yard line at a 2 through 9. So Dallas doesn't need much to get into field goal range. They come out in a 2 tight end set. Bucks are going to open in a 3-2-6 dime. A little surprising that you would give them the run, especially with that kind of a kicking weapon for Dallas. And indeed, you advertise you'll give him the run, he'll take it. Pitch out. Enrico Dowdle's good for 5. He does not get out of bounds. Dallas managed to take their first timeout, and they do. Stops the clock with 1 minute. 2nd and 5 Dallas at their own 42-yard line. 2 tight end set. If you want to set up a 3-2-6 dime, I'll bet he runs again. But instead, the Bucks are coming out in a 3-3-5 nickel. If he calls run, that safety has to come up. You want to dial up deep ball? We'll see. Trey Lance is under center. Back to pass. Here's a little button hook. Empty zone. So good call by Coach Bruce Mogg on the offense. The defensive card we go. 0-man column, and that pass is going to be caught by Rico Dowdle. Good space. Dowdle's loose in the secondary 40. And he's brought down at the 36-yard line. Gain of 22 on the play. That read as a long gain, and I sure thought that Dowdle could go all the way. But I think I confused that. No, Dowdle can go all the way. Why did that not? I'm confused why that did not end up as a touchdown, because the reading is plus 76. I'll have to think about that one. I'm sure there's a reason. There always is. 1st and 10. Here's a pitch out to Dowdle, and he's going to get just 3 yards. Right end could not make the block. With any luck, this broadcast is being viewed by someone along the lines of Tangora or Dennis or somebody that can explain to me why that was not a touchdown. 30 seconds left on the clock. Dallas has 1 timeout. 2nd and 7. They're at the Tampa 33. Pitch out Dowdle, and he's going to lose a yard this time. 3rd and 8. Got out of bounds at least. They're at the Tampa 34 from right here. Brandon Aubrey. It's his deep range. 2 through 9. If he gets to the next range up, it's only 2 through 9 and 12. There's no variable risk at all, no matter how deep that sack is. So no reason not to go for the short pass here if you're Trey Lance, I wouldn't think. Cowboys come out 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. It's Dowdle. Lance in the shotgun. 3-2-6 deep dime. I don't think you want to run it here. You don't stand to get that first down or improve your field goal position much. Still have a timeout in the bag. 22 seconds left on the clock here. Inside run draw. Rico Dowdle right up the middle. And it goes for a yard loss. Had his right column because of the one on the white die. So 4th down and 9 from the 35. It's going to be a 52-yard field goal attempt for Brandon Aubrey after we settle the clock issue here. And I think he's going to call his last timeout. Stops the clock at 15 seconds. Brandon Aubrey to put Dallas back in front from 52 yards. His 4th field goal of the first half is up, and it is good. Brandon Aubrey with his bionic leg puts the Cowboys back in front with his 4th field goal. 12-10. Dallas is winning at home on Tampa. The ensuing kick is a touchback. Tampa will begin at their 30 with just 8 seconds and 1 timeout. And for that reason, we may see them just take a knee. Tampa comes out in a full house set. That at least signals they're not going to be aggressive here. Three-two-six dime from the Cowboys. Playing it safe. There's an inside run draw. Bucky Irving into a pass defense. So Bucky could get his wrong column and do some damage there, but he would need a big reading. And he does indeed go for 15 yards, it looks like, on a short gain on his card. And Dallas will take that timeout. I apologize. The Bucs take their final timeout. 1 second on the clock. Bucs are 1st and 10 at their own 45, so they need 55 yards or a defensive penalty to have a shot at a score here. They will now split out 4 wides, spread formation. So, Coach Triple-Piece now ready to be aggressive after that run from Bucky Irving. Deep 3-2-6 dime from Dallas. Back to pass, looking deep. Going for Mike Evans. Here comes the pressure, and down goes Mayfield. Sack by Micah Parsons. Loss of 11 on the play. And that is halftime here in Dallas. At intermission, it is 12-10. Cowboys on top on the strength of 4 field goals. They outgained Tampa 201 to 123 in the first half. Big margin there. Only 5 total penalties. Turnover-free football for the first half of this game, despite 3 fumbles from Tampa. 4 if you count one that was reversed on penalty. Cowboys get the ball first here in the second half. They'll begin after a touchback from their 30. Trey Lance back to pass. He looks short, and that's caught. Brevin spanned forward. The tight end gets it for 15 yards. 5 on the white die will beat that defender. And Dallas out to the 45 just like that. 2 tight ends set. Rico Dowdle is your tailback. Bucs in a nickel. Back to pass. Lance looks short. And he's going for tight end Jake Ferguson, but too much pressure. He's dumping it off now. We're in the flats to Rico Dowdle. And we've got the 0-man column on the defensive card, and Dowdle's got a 9-yard reception. Good catch and run. That makes it 2nd and 1. Dallas will go to the pro set formation, so the fullback Hunter Lepke back in the game. I believe he can run the ball okay, too. 12 rushes at 3.2 average, 12 catches at 9.3 average. Here's a sneak to the quarterback, Lance, right up the middle, and good yardage as he breaks through the first level, and he goes for, 10 yards? 11 yards at a first down at the Tampa 35. Triple fours, there is another injury, this one to Kalijah Cansey of Tampa Bay. Defensive left end 0 with a pass rush 8. That's the best pass rusher Tampa has in this game. Both teams limping to the finish line in this one. 1st and 10. Here's a hitch over the middle. Jalen Tolbert, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Mentioned the injuries. A couple players hurt during this game, but a total of 9 players currently out for these two teams. 5 for Dallas and 4 for Tampa. 2 tight ends set here. Tampa stays in the nickel. So on 2nd and 10, they'll maybe signal they're going to give the run to Dowdle. Let's see what they choose to do. They key Dowdle, and it's an off tackle to Dowdle, and right at the linebacker. Great call. -3 on the play. So a great call there by Coach Trevelpiece, not only to guess run on 2nd and 10, and then to key Dowdle, and to stuff the only linebacker zone that needed to be stuffed. And it's a 3-yard loss. 3rd and 13 now for Dallas at the 38. 3-2-6 deep dime here. Inside run draw. Rico Dowdle, they'll play it safe. And it's going to be a 5-yard run. 4th and 8 at the 33. Here comes a 50-yard field goal attempt for Brandon Aubrey. His 5th field goal attempt is up, and he shanks it. This time he can't get it. 2 through 9 and 12. Aubrey rolls in 11. Nice break there for Tampa. They remain down by 2, and Tampa now, good field position, begins at their own 40. Back to pass on 1st down, short, caught. Mike Evans, and that's a 1st down. Across midfield at the 49-yard line of Dallas. Just the first catch of the game for Mike Evans. Mayfield just 6 of 10 for 60 yards. Dallas with 4 minutes more time of possession in this game. Here's a flat pass. Cade Otton, he's got the catch, and he's got 7 yards, but penalty against the defense for 5 yards. So either 1st and 5 or 2nd and 3. Let's see what the choice is. And Coach Trevelpiece will take the penalty and the 1st and 5. Inside run handoff, Bucky Irving, and he's going to get nothing. Credit to Bruce Mogg for calling run defensively, putting that to the right column. 2nd and 5. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Cowboys run again, look in pass. This goes to Sterling Shepard. Receiver result, Shepard has the catch and 1st down yardage. Gain of 6 yards down to the 38-yard line of Dallas. So the Bucks trailing by 2 now into field goal range from right here, 2 through 8, 11, and 12 with some variable risk. New set of downs. Inside run draw, handoff to Bucky Irving. To the defensive card we go, and Bucky picks up 6. Left guard, Ben Breedenson, springs it with his 5 rating, 2nd and 4. Dallas looks past. It's another handoff up the middle, and 5 more yards. Bucky, and that's 1st down for the Bucks. Now at the 27-yard line of Dallas. 3 wide receivers split out. Coach Mogg shows a nickel defense, flat pass. Left side, that's the zone left empty. Going to Jalen McMillan, defensive card, receiver result. McMillan cannot make the catch. And it's incomplete. Second down and 10. At the 27. Leading pass catcher for the Bucks so far, Cade Otton, just 16 yards receiving. 2nd and 10. Here's a screen to Rashad White. Goes to the defensive card. Receiver result. Catch and run for White. That's good for 15. But guess what? Holding penalty against the offense will cancel it out. Buccaneers now 2nd and 20 at the Dallas 37. Mayfield out of the shotgun. Rashad White's out. Bucky Irving back in. Dallas shows a nickel defense here. Inside run, draw, handoff. Bucky Irving looking for his wrong column, but goes to the defensive card and gets just 4 yards. Got the snake eyes you might want on a defensive card, but on Linebuck, just a modest 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 16 for the Buccaneers. They're at the 33 from right here, 2 to 8, 11, and 12. If they gain another yard, it goes to a 2 to 10. So there's some value in just picking up a few here. 3-2-6 deep dime. They'll give them the run. So I'm expecting an inside run draw to Rashad White. That's what Vince has been giving all day against pass sets. And indeed, inside run draw on 3rd and 16. Rashad White up the middle, and he's good for 5. Just missed his short gain. 4th and 11 at the 28. Tampa going to try to go in front here with a field goal of 45 yards. Chase McLaughlin, 2 through 10. It is up, and he shanks one. Shanks it to the left. McLaughlin misses a chippy for his range, and Dallas retains the lead. They're still up 12-10. So both teams a missed field goal here in the 3rd quarter, keeping it close. Dallas takes over at their own 35-yard line at the 6-minute mark of the 3rd quarter with a 2-point lead. Big miss there. Chase McLaughlin. Wow. Here's a first down screen, left side. This goes to Dowdle. He's got the catch. Beats the linebacker in zone and first down yardage. Out across the 45 to the 47. New set of downs for Dallas right there. Dowdle, his 9th catch for 86 yards. Been all over that tailback. Trey Lance, 19 catches, 19 completions in the game, I should say, and 9 of them are to the tailback. Very quiet game for CeeDee Lamb. Flat pass right back to Rico Dowdle, and incomplete. Dowdle, that roll flirted with an interception, split roll on the defensive card. Just snake eyes and double sixes. A roll of 11 was close. 2nd and 10. Now the Bucs drop back into a nickel set. 2 tight ends here for Dallas on offense. Flat pass, Jalen Tolbert, 1 linebacker in that zone. And Trey Lance sets up a yak opportunity for Tolbert. He's not real good at the yak, and it's going to be just 3 yards to make it 3rd and 7. Bucs defense doubled up one of the flats, but not the right one that time. 3rd and 7. Cowboys from the 50-yard line. Bucs would love to shut them right here before they get into that long range of Aubrey, which kicks in just 2 yards from here. 2 tight end set. Dowdle the tailback. Bucs are going to show a nickel, so they're again signaling that they'll give the run. And they do. Pitch out. This goes to Rico Dowdle on his card, and he's got 5. That's not enough for a first down. 4th and 2 at the Tampa 45. Dallas is up by 2. They're going to bring out Brandon Aubrey. A 62-yard field goal attempt for Brandon Aubrey. 2 through 9. It is up, and it's right through from 62 yards. And the amazing leg of Aubrey gives the Bucs a 5-point deficit now. They trail 15-10. Ensuing kickoff, and it's a face mask on the return against Dallas. So that'll get Tampa all the way out to the 45-yard line. So great starting field position for the Bucs. 4:12 left in the 3rd quarter. Bucs trail by 5. They'll come out with 3 wide receivers here. Couple of old veteran coaches. These guys have been in this league for, I would guess, based on what I believe for these 2 guys, probably 10, 12 years minimum. I think Vince has been around for more like 18. Here's a flat pass. This goes to Bucky Irving. He's got the catch, and he beats the linebacker. Bucky's across midfield and down inside the 40 to the Dallas 37. Third catch of the game for Bucky. First and 10, 3 wide receivers. Mayfield back to pass. Defense looking pass, scans the field. Mayfield short. And a receiver opportunity. Mike Evans has got the catch on another first down. At the 25-yard line. First and 10. Here's a button hook over the middle. This goes to the tailback, Bucky Irving. And to the defensive car we go. Bucky gets a receiver opportunity, makes the catch, gets 4 yards, and fumbles the ball. It's on the ground. Receiver fumble, coughed up by Bucky Irving. They're at the 21 of Dallas, and it looks like Dallas recovered, but again, for the second time in this game, a defensive penalty. Dallas was offsides on a down where they recover a fumble. Wow. 5th fumble for the Buccaneers offense. They've yet to lose a single one of those fumbles. They've recovered 3, and the play twice has been overturned on a Dallas recovery because they were offsides. 1st and 5 now for the Bucs at the 20. Inside handoff, Bucky Irving, and he's ahead for 5, and that's good for a first down. Beats the right tackle defensively with a 5 on the white dime. New set of downs. Bucs are in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 15. Second trip in the red zone for Tampa. They got a touchdown the first time. Back to pass on first down, short. That's caught. Mike Evans, first down inside the 5 and down to the 3. Third catch of the game for Mike Evans. Mayfield finally, just now, over 100 yards passing. But just 3 yards away from putting his team on top. They're down by 5. Full house set at the 3. Cowboys crash run, back to pass. Mayfield short. No good. Could not get Mike Evans. Baker Mayfield rolled a 7, and even in his wrong column, could not convert. 2nd and goal at the 3. Dallas trying to make an offensive stand here and force the field goal attempt. Inside handoff, Bucky Irving. He's keyed. Good call defense, and it's going to be a 1-yard loss. Mogg with a great defensive call. And the dice that took it to the keyed column. So 3rd and goal at the 4. Dallas in position here trying to make that stop. Big high leverage down here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Outcomes here available for a touchdown. Outcomes available where it would set up a 4th down. He'd go for it. And I'm sure outcomes available where it would set up a 4th down and he would kick it. A lot going on here. 2 tight end set. Mayfield under center. Defense in a 4-3 for Dallas. Safety up close. He shows blitz on this 3rd and goal from the 4. Inside run handoff, Bucky Irving. He's keyed again. Great call. Bruce Mogg goes to the keyed column and another yard loss. Great defensive stand from the coaching staff. Bruce Mogg gets it done. 4th and goal at the 5 now for Tampa. And they're going. 18 seconds left, 3rd quarter. I think I'd take the field goal. 5 is too many yards away, but Coach Trevelpiece, the Hall of Fame coach, going to roll the dice here. 4th and goal at the 5. 3 wide receivers split out for Tampa. Mayfield in the shotgun. Dallas drops back to a nickel defense. Safety still on the line of scrimmage. He's showing blitz. The tailback is Rachaad White. That'll help for any Micah Parsons star rating. White also has an A-rated yak. The key is on Rachaad White. They were guessing run. Mayfield back to pass, though, short. McMillan, he's got it. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 4th and goal in the 5. A gutsy call by Bruce Mogg on defense. Guess and run. Gives up the pass. And McMillan, a TD strike from Baker Mayfield to put the Bucs in front. Bucs now up 16-15. That happens on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And we are still at a pause. I think we're deciding whether we want to go for two or not. And indeed, the Bucs will go for two. So here at the quarter break, at the end of the third quarter, Bucs are up by 1. After a touchdown, they go for 2. Defense crashes run. Back to pass. Mayfield scans short to the tight end, Otten. He's got the catch, and he's in. So an 8-point series there for the Bucs. Puts them up by a full field goal, 18-15. And after a touchback, the Cowboys will begin at their 30. Staring at the final 15 minutes of this game. Cowboys down by 3. Great game. Great NFC action here today. 2 tight ends set for Dallas. Flat pass, right side. This goes to CeeDee Lamb and his B-rated yak. Defense called pass. And Lance gets a receiver result on his card. That's going to be caught. CeeDee Lamb, and it's good for 8 yards. CeeDee Lamb got the snake eyes for +8 on right. I'll bet that was a big gainer on wrong. Good thing for the Bucs that they called pass on that play. And nope, on wrong. CeeDee would have got just 1 more yard at 9. 2nd and 2. Pro set formation, so that brings out the fullback. Hunter Lepke's back there in the backfield with Rico Dowdle. Bucs in a 3-4 on 2nd and 2. Looking pass. This goes to CeeDee Lamb. Second play, straight play to him. Linebacker stayed in zone, and that's going to be caught by CeeDee. Just a 2-yard gain. But he needed 2 for a first down, so move the sticks. That was a snake eyes reading on the defensive card. So good thing there was a man there, or we all know that's a long gain in the flats. But it was a split roll for a +2. And on 2nd and 2, it's just what the doctor ordered. Dallas now from their 40, a new set of downs. Trey Lance, 22 of 28 for 227 yards in this game. Lance back to pass. Looks deep. Safety stayed home, so there is a man in zone. Too much pressure. Forced to dump it off. We're in the flat now. Looking at his tight end, Brady Span Ford. And he's got the catch, and that's going to be about 6 yards over the middle. 2nd and 4. Mentioned Dak is out with injury. Dak is only carded for about half the attempts, I think, because he was out. Cooper Rush actually has the most attempts, carded at 308. Back to pass, looking short. This goes to Jake Ferguson, and it's picked off. Picked off by the Buccaneers defense. Picked off at the 38-yard line. Here comes the return for the Bucs. Nothing doing. There is a penalty, and it is pass interference against Tampa Bay. Wipe away the interception. And for the Cowboys now, 1st and 10 at the Tampa 38. Two tight end set here for the Dallas Cowboys. Already in Aubrey's field goal range to tie it. Back to pass, Lance. Looks short. He's got his tight end again. Span Ford. His 4th catch. And another first down at the 28-yard line of Tampa. Two tight ends for Dallas. Dowdle the tailback. Bucs show a 3-4 base set. 12 minutes, 36 seconds remain in this game. Lance back to pass again. Right back to his tight end, but no, he's going to scramble with it instead. And around the left end he goes for 5. So 2nd down and 5. On the must run, Lance in his right column with must run readings on 4, 5, 6, and 7. That would be a lot more impressive if his must run card was better than it looks. You got to roll a 7 to get that 5-yard gain. It's not a bad card. There's just not the big runs. Snake eyes and 3 are 11 and 10. 2nd and 5 at the 23 for Dallas. 2 tight end set. The tailback is Hunter Lepke. So fullback sits in at tailback right now. Back to pass. Looking short and another catch. Right back to Brevy Spanford. 3rd catch on this drive for him. 15 yards as he beats that defender again, Jordan Whitehead. And it's 1st and goal, Dallas at the 8-yard line. Tampa defense looking to make a stand here and hold them to a tying field goal attempt. 1st down pitch out. Rico Dowdle around the edge. Beats the defensive end. Toward the goal line he goes and brought down at the 1. Gain of 6 on the play, and it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1 because of a face mask. That's what it was. So it was a 6-yard run, but a face mask as well. So 1st and goal at the 1. Elliott's in at tailback. Here's a line bug to Zeke. He's got it. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. Zeke puts Dallas in front in the 4th quarter by 3. Extra point by Brandon Aubrey is good, and that makes it a 4-point lead for Dallas. 22-18, Cowboys on top. Ensuing kickoff results in a touchback, and the Bucs will begin from their 30. Trailing by 4, 10:48 to go in this game. Mentioned we'd take a look at the standings. Tampa Bay Bucs come in 8-6. As you can see right here. But they're 2 games behind that wild card pace. And can't win, and still can win the division, but it's so unlikely. And it's definitely a must-win game for Dallas. They're officially eliminated with a loss here. Bucs, I don't know about unofficially eliminated, but I think they need this game if they have any realistic odds of making it. 1st and 10, Tampa from the 40, short pass. Evans with the catch. An 11-yard reception to him. That followed a 10-yard flat pass to McMillan. And Bucs are on the move. Back to pass again. Short, and this time no good. Tried to hit Evans again. Mayfield couldn't get him. 2nd and 10. Bucs trail by 4. They're at the Dallas 49-yard line. Cowboys gets run, but it's pass. Back to pass. Short, and it's caught, but a penalty against the offense. So dead ball, foul, wipe it away. And back the offense up 5 yards. Bucs, 2nd and 15. Now on their territory at the own 46. 3 wide receivers out there. 1 tailback. Mayfield out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks short. He's got Chris Godwin, and that's going to be 12 yards. Got the penalty yardage back and more, but still work to be done. 3rd and 3 at the Dallas 42. Here's an inside run handoff. Bucky Irving. Cowboys called run. Goes to the defensive card, and Bucky, with good dice, picks up a short gain on the Dallas card inside the 30 and tackled at the 28. Gain of 14 on the play. Move the sticks. Now 9 minutes showing left on the 4th quarter clock. And right back to Bucky. Up the middle for a yard. That would have been on the wrong column, but 3 wide receivers and a 1 on the white dice. 2nd and 9. Right back to that 3 wide receiver, 1 halfback formation. Mayfield out of the shotgun. And again, right back to the draw and 4 yards. And that was once again on the right column as a 1 on back-to-back plays, pushed Bucky Irving into the right column. That saved a short gain. That's a short gain on wrong. Bucky getting 4 on his right column. So 3rd and 5 now. Bucky's out. Rashad White is your tailback. He's got better pass blocking. A-rated yak. Still in that 3 wide receiver set. I don't think he'll run. You want to risk that 1 again? The key is on the run. Back to pass. Mayfield. He looks short. Right back to Mike Evans. Catch and a 1st down. At the 12-yard line now. Halfway through the 4th quarter. 7:30 to go. Bucks trail by 4. They're now 1st and 10 at the Dallas 12. 3 wide receivers split out. 1 halfback, it's Bucky Irving. Cowboys in a nickel. Don't be surprised to see a run here. We've seen him run into that nickel all day. Inside handoff. Bucky Irving gets the 1 on his card again, but 6 yards. We mentioned earlier, Bucky's card on right is really good. We've seen that on a couple of plays here on this drive. 2nd and 4 at the 6-yard line. You get a 1st down at the 2. Blocking back set. It's Rachaad White. Safety up close, shows blitz. Back to pass, Mayfield. Looks short. Defense guessed pass. Mayfield avoids the pressure. Gets rid of it. Throws short. And that's going to be caught. Cade Otton. Touchdown, Buccaneers. And they're right back in front. 24-22 Tampa. Extra point to give them a 3-point lead. Chase McLaughlin, and it is good. And with 6:36 to go in this game, the Bucs are back out in front, 25-22. And after a touchback, Dallas will begin. 1st and 10 at their own 36. That drive for Tampa, 11 plays, 70 yards, 6 first downs. And a big touchdown pass to the tight end, Cade Otton. Dallas now begins at their 30. They trail by 3. They have all 3 timeouts. 2 tight end set. Dowdle is the tailback. Bucks in a 3-4. All out blitz. Back to pass. Looking short, and he is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Trey Lance got his interception split roll. 2 through 4 and 11, 12. Missed it. 2nd and 10, Dallas. 2 tight ends set again. Bucks in a nickel. We'll see if Dallas wants to run into this one and set up a more manageable 3rd down. Back to pass. Looking deep. Here comes the pressure up the middle. He is dropped. The big man, Vita Vea, with a big sack. And a 14-yard loss for Dallas. Boy, Lance just kept tracking backwards, and Vita just kept tracking him and wrestled him to the ground. 3rd and 24, Dallas, at the 16-yard line. Vita Vea, double V with a huge play defensively. 3 wide receivers split out for Dallas. Turpin, Tolbert, and Lamb. Lance is in the shotgun. Deep 3-2-6 dime. Back to pass. Going deep to CeeDee Lamb. He's doubled by a linebacker, 2-men in zone. So you might have one possible completion on the quarterback card. It wouldn't be a long gain. Flash. We've got actually a dump pass. So he avoids that, goes into the flat. Yak opportunity for a good receiver, but that's going to be 4 yards. That Yak could have gotten a 1st down. It didn't. 4th and 20. And with 5:24 to go and trailing by 3, Dallas is going to have to punt the ball away. Brian Anger, not that great a roll on that punt. 44 yards, and then it bounces backwards for a 41-yard net. The Bucs will take over now at their own 39-yard line. Tampa is up by 3, 25-22. 5:06 remains. They'd like a nice long running drive. 3 wide receivers split out. Dallas comes out in the nickel. Rachaad White's the tailback, and indeed, inside run to Rachaad White into that nickel. And on the defensive card, he's going to get 6 yards, beating a defensive tackle with a 5 on the white die. Three wide receivers, 1 halfback. And again, Dallas in the nickel will invite the run. And I think he'll give it to him. Here's an off-tackle, Rachaad White. The defense called run, but it goes to the defensive card. And once again, white die, good enough to beat those defensive tackles. Back-to-back runs to beat the low-rated defensive tackles against the run. And Tampa is across midfield already at the Dallas 49. Now under 4 minutes left in this game. 2 tight end set. Back to pass. Mayfield looks short. Defense called pass, so good call there by Coach Mogg. To the three-man column it goes. Mike Evans has the catch. And good yardage. Mike Evans is loose. There's a penalty, however, and they're going to call it back. Dead ball foul. Mike Evans picked up a long gain in the three-man column, but a penalty shut that down quickly. Just what Dallas needed for sure defensively. And it's 1st and 15 for Tampa. Now back at their 46. 3 wide receivers in. Bucky Irving, the tailback, and it's an inside handoff to Bucky. Good yards, picks up 7. Stop me if you've heard this frame report before. On 1st and 15, Bruce defensively makes the brave defensive call, calls run, gets the right call. Irving goes to his right column and still picks up 7, 2nd and 8. I can see why the Bucs run 3 wide receiver set more than most teams. Bucky Irving's card looks great on right. This time it's Rachaad White, the tailback, and here's a button hook to him. He's got the catch and 5 yards. Not enough for a first down, but that makes it a much more manageable 3rd and 3 for Tampa. They're in Dallas territory at the 42. Too deep for field goal range. They got to get to the 39 if they want that. So this is where Dallas wants to stop them for sure. 3rd and 3 at the Dallas 42. 2 tight end set. It's Bucky Irving at tailback. Dallas comes out in a 4-3. I think they might have to make the run call here. Let's see what they do. They do indeed. Short yardage run defense, but it's a flat pass. Linebacker is there. It's going to Payne Durham. And Mayfield gets it on his card. A yak opportunity for Durham. He has not a good yak reading, but he's going to get first down yardage and more. Pickup of 13 on the play for Payne Durham. And that moves the Bucs down to the 29-yard line, and the clock keeps running all the way down to 2:06. So we've got one play before the 2-minute warning here. Bucs doing a good job of running some clock on this drive. 6 plays, 3 first downs already here. Blocking back set, it's Rachaad White. Back to pass. Looking short. Receivers doubled and incomplete. And it's intentional grounding. Grounding on Baker Mayfield. So a double team on Mike Evans. A good double team there from the defensive coach. Leads to an intentional grounding call at a critical time. 2nd and 20 Bucs at the Dallas 39. Right on the fringe of field goal range. Here's an inside run draw. Defense calls run, and that means a 1-yard loss on linebacker Keith Collum. That's a big call defensively. Coach Mogg taking some chances out here defensively. 3rd and 21 now. Boy, 2nd and 20 makes that brave run call. Does it because he's got his team on the fringe of field goal range. Now 3rd and 21 at the 40. You're 1 yard out of field goal range. That was a gutsy, good call by Bruce Mogg. 3 wide receivers on 3rd and 21. 1 halfback. It's Rachaad White. Cowboys in a nickel, and I think we might see another run. Defense calls run, back to pass. Going short, though. This goes to Mike Evans on the defensive card. Defender can't make the play. 4 on the white die. Defender was a 0. Otherwise, he'd have got that 4th and 20 he wanted. It's 4th and 6 at the 25. Out comes Chase McLaughlin. This is going to be a 2 through 10 field goal by Chase, and he drills it. So that'll extend to a 2-score lead. Bucs are ahead of Dallas, 28-22. Tampa's going to get the kickoff, and they'll have 3 timeouts. And as of right now, 1:37 on the clock for a come-from-behind winning touchdown drive. Vince looking for the squib or onside. Vince is looking at a surprise onside or an onside kick. I guess it wouldn't be a surprise. And the swing kick is a touchback. And I'm just communicating with the coach that I believe the actual NFL rules say you have to be behind to try that onside kick. And because the Buccaneers are up, they're not going to let them do it. Why do the Bucs want to kick it? Well, they're afraid of that kick return touchdown from Cavante Turpin. When I think they should have been more afraid of the onside kick, putting Brandon Aubrey so close to field goal range. But that's just one man's opinion. It didn't matter in the end. He had to kick it away. It was a touchback. Here's a first down flat pass. This goes to Cavante Turpin. Nice catch and run. First down yardage up the left sideline for 15. So that's a good drive starter for Dallas. 1:15 on the clock. One timeout for Dallas. They need a touchdown, so they got to go all the way. Deep 3-2-6 dime here. So they're going to give them the run if they want it. Back to pass, though. Trey Lance looks short. And that's going to be incomplete. Tried to get Jake Ferguson and found an incompletion in the four-man column of the defensive card. It's 2nd and 10. Three wide receivers, one halfback for Dallas. And again, the deep 3-2-6 dime conceding a run play. You could run around the end if you want. Here's a flat pass. This goes to CeeDee Lamb. It is an empty zone. He was doubled by the linebacker. That doesn't do any good in the flats. So there's a yak opportunity, +2 from the quarterback, and CeeDee Lamb. Good yardage, 12 yards, and he does get out of bounds at the Tampa 41. That'll stop the clock at 1 minute. So 60 seconds remaining for Dallas and one timeout. They need a touchdown to win it. All Tampa needs is a stop to win this game. It's an elimination game for Dallas and very likely the same for Tampa Bay, although that has not been made official. Three wide receivers split out here for Dallas. 1st and 10 at the Tampa 41. Flat pass, left side. This goes to Cavante Turpin, and he's got 9 yards, does not get out of bounds. The linebackers are doubling, so he was attacking the flats. Nobody there. 2nd and 1 as Dallas burns their final timeout. 2nd and 1 at the Tampa 32. 52 seconds remain. Tampa stays in a deep 3-2-6 dime. Back to pass. Lance looks short. On 2nd and 1, he's looking for his tight end, Jake Ferguson. Too much pressure. Lance is forced to dump it off. We're in the flat now. This goes to Jalen Tolbert, and a yak opportunity for him. Set up nicely by Lance, but nothing doing there. He's going to lose a yard. And worse yet, he's tackled in bounds. They're going to have to hurry up. You can spike the ball, but they have to do a hurry up. That gets it down to just 30 seconds. They run back to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. It's 3rd and 2 at the Tampa 33. Brandon Aubrey is 2 through 12, so an extra point, almost a sure thing. I think there's still ways you could miss it to win this game if they could score. Here's an inside run draw, and Rico Dowdle gets the first down, but I don't know about the call. I guess they'll spike it, and that's going to leave 15 seconds. Not sure about that call. 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line. 15 seconds left on the clock. Deep 3-2-6 dime still from the Bucs. 3 wide receivers split out. Lance out of the shotgun, back to pass. He looks deep, and he's going for Tolbert, and no good, incomplete. That went to the defensive card, 2-minute zone. Now 8 seconds left in this game. Dallas quickly running out of time. 2 more Hail Marys from 29 yards away is probably all they've got. And a sack here would end it because you're not going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage in time. Back to pass. Looking deep. Receiver not double-teamed. Gets it on the quarterback card like he wants. Incomplete. Trey Lance flirted with it. Rolled the 9 in his right column. 10, 11, and 12 are long, 28 long, and that's on right. Trey Lance almost won you the game there. I guess the 28 would have put him at the 1. 1 second left in this game. We've got time for one more Hail Mary from Trey Lance. Dallas trying for the miracle Hail Mary victory. Long pass, deep. Brandon Cooks, and incomplete. 2-man in zone. It went to the defensive card, and that is your ball game. Dallas, a late drive, trying to get the win. Couldn't do it. Didn't have enough time. Coach Trivelpiece remarking that that was intense. It was indeed, and congratulations, by the way, to Coach Trivelpiece for walking away with a big victory in this game that he desperately needed. The Bucks will improve to 9-6. That will officially eliminate the Dallas Cowboys from the playoffs. And let's take a look. Cowboys still need 1 win to make the postseason as a Coach of the Year candidate. Let's take a look at that for the Bucks. The Bucks could still be eligible for Coach of the Year as well. They do have to win their final 3 games of the year. This was the first of those 3. So if the Bucks win 2 more games and somehow don't end up making the playoffs, that's what they need to make it to the Coach of the Year tourney. Let's come back up here and make sure we don't have any coaches showing up yet. So far, no. We may not have them. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it in a second here. Let's take a look at the final yardage total. Very close. Dallas outgains Tampa 342 to 336. Tampa with 2 more first downs than Dallas. Despite all that turnover activity, there was not a turnover in this game. 14 penalties, approximately distributed evenly. Much better running game from Tampa. Rashad White and Bucky Irving combining for 138 yards rushing. Dowdle and Elliott combining for just 41. That appears that that's going to be all from Dallas. Again, congratulations to our Hall of Fame coach, Vince Trivelpiece, who gets a big win for Tampa to keep his playoff hopes alive here in the USFFL. As we do welcome Bruce Mogg to the stage. Bruce, how about your ball game today?
It was a close game. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a very close game. What'd you think about that last drive and the time? I was kind of surprised. You ran a line buck at a time when it was going to take time off the clock. What were you thinking there? Were you thinking were you trying to spring one, or did you just want to get that 2 yards? And
I just wanted to get the first down. I was 3rd and 2. I figured I'd get the first down. I spiked the ball. I'm still going to have a few plays left. If I throw it, there's no guarantee I'm going to complete it and get it the first down. So anyway, that was my thinking anyway.
Yeah. Aubrey missed a field goal for you, but he still had another one of his big games for you, right?
Yeah, he missed a field goal too. You know what the difference was the first half when I think I had 6 fumble turnover opportunities.
Yes.
Did not get any of them. The 2 that I recovered.
Oh, it was hilarious. I loved it. You had let's see, think it was 4 fumbles that were recovered by your offense, and then 2 more, I think, that were recovered. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm thinking the other way around.
Other way around.
The Bucs fumbled it all those times and always recovered. The 2 times they did not recover and Dallas recovered, 5-yard penalty on Dallas wiped it away both times.
Exactly. So that's six fumble chances, and I got 0. But that's the way it's been going this second half of the season, turnover-wise. I just haven't been getting any. I've been giving some up. And so I think there was 1 turnover. It was called back by penalty, so I got a break there too. So, close game. Good game.
Yeah, indeed. It has been a rough second half of the season for Dallas. We're looking right now, if you're seeing live, those of us that are watching the broadcast, I pulled up the NFC Coach of the Year. So obviously this will eliminate you from the USFFL playoffs. That's of course, the headline. You're still eligible, though, and need just 1 win in the final 2 weeks.
Yeah, which I've needed for the last 7 games, I think.
Now, are you going to be able to play either of those games? I know you generally take a sabbatical late in the year.
Yeah, we're sticking around this year. No trips down south until March. So, yeah, I'll be around.
All right. So you've got the Eagles next week. That's a tough one. If you can win that game, of course, you would be a Coach of the Year team. If you fail on that one, you still get a second chance opportunity against the Commanders the following week. So
yeah,
we'll at least wish you luck when it comes to that.
I'll have Prescott back for those games too, which is good.
You know, on that subject, it surprised me. I've seen Dallas before this year, but I just keep associating Trey Lance as a guy that's going to run and not pass. His card, very average at best as a runner, but really good pass. I think it's a pretty good passing card if you stay out of that short column.
Yeah, the short pass sucks. He's got some must runs, but the flat pass and long pass, he's actually better at long pass than either of the other 2 guys, either Rush or Prescott.
And you came extremely close to hitting that deep ball on the second to last play.
I know. Hit the 9 instead of the 10. It's too close. Too close.
Well, Bruce, listen, Happy New Year to you. I want to thank you for your many, many years of service to the USFFL. We appreciate all our coaches, and I hope you have a great day, all right?
Okay, take care. Talk to you later.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Bruce. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Your final score again, Dallas falls at home to Tampa Bay 28-22 as the Buccaneers remain alive in the USFFL playoff picture. That's going to be it for the first game of Week 16. I'm sure there are more to come. We'll cover them as we possibly can. Hope that you enjoyed this one. And Harlan, wherever you are, I hope you enjoyed it as well. For right now, that's the USFFL. We are signing off.